Hi friends, this is NMK Vijay and welcome to my YouTube channel Forex FS for analyzing the major currency pairs as well as miners, US30, gold, silver, copper, crude, Bitcoin. So before we get into this week analysis, so this is my disclaimer. Read carefully each and every line what I have written. So I'm not asking any investments, so be cautious and beware of the fraudsters. I'm not responsible for any losses if you took the trade according to my trade plans explaining here. So let's move on to DXY. Later onwards we will move on to our watch list. Regular what we are doing starts from DXY and end with gold, silver or copper, crude with commodities. So as per what we discussed in the last week, it is in the consolidation zone, right? Exactly, it did that same thing and it is doing the same. So far it is not broken the high and it is not broken the low, so that is the chances for making a triangle. If it break this, means that could be an irregular flat, but that is got invalid now and it is already reached the previous low, nearest to the previous low. So now we can expect the triangle here. So this one, it could be a triangle, still it is in that impact here. So one more corrections like this, so A, B, C, D, and one more previous structures E, and then I am expecting this. But this is a financial market, what I have explained, that uncertainty around us, and it will do always opposite to our analysis. So what is the opposite to our analysis means? It is coming to the downside. Be contrarian to your trade idea also. So if it did like this, what it will be? It will be the B wave triangle. Simply we can move this as a B wave triangle. So that means this is the A, B, C, D, E. Letter numbers, this is the one impulsive way to the downside. This is the triangle in the B wave and C wave to come to the downside for the 97. And as per this analysis, it will move from here, and this will be the W. This is the X, A, B, and C to the high of 101. What we discussed the last week. This is the one. So 100.65 I'm expecting. So that means this is a 1, 2, so 3 is completing here, and the let of consolidation for the fourth, and one more 5. So it will took more time to reach this 103.82 to break. And first of all, it has to break this 103. Later onwards 103.82. So this is my detailed analysis for this week. So right now we can expect a triangle, either it could be in a B wave or the intermediate B wave. So the triangle can break out in either side. So be cautious. The same Euro USD also, and here the correction part is doing like this. So I am expecting this 1.1250, this zone I am expecting again to reach. So then later onwards this could be a connecting part. So this is a B, C is a B, and C. So it can do little bit deeper also, but I am expecting this one. But expecting this one, I am not in buy side. If you need to be in buy side, make this as a stop loss, looking for this target, but the risk reward is not that much good. But if it reached here, that may be a very good risk reward to making this as a stop loss, and target as a 1.125, right? So, and GBP USD, that same, it is bounced from here what we discussed. So wait for this pattern to complete. Everything it is in consolidation zone. So the W could be, or sorry, the X could be still ahead. If it did like this, this could make a X wave. So this is ABC is a W, and this is the connecting part, and one more ABC to break that 1.14, this zone. So let's move on to UCAD. So in this week, same as per our consolidation, right? So it is doing the same thing. That is why I'm just going a move forward. It's a very fast. So as we discussed in the last week also, whether this is the one means it can break this low, so that will become two-way, second wave. Or if it is a triangle, so A, B, C, D and E, so we are in the E wave, it could be the E wave. And here I have explained that this is a perfect three-way structure here, 1 2 3, and later onwards this is the 1, this is the 2 and 3 I expected here. That means the E could end it here, so that is what I bought, what I expect either exited here in this portion. I again buy back here, but at the time it was so good and nearly bounced well, but in the FOMC, right, here it did only the three-way structure, but I didn't just holding that. So what I can expect here is, see, in this pattern always UCAD is doing the wedge formation in all the patterns. If you do in the weekly also, it did here, it did here, it's all the kind of wedge pattern like that. It may do here also this kind of wedge pattern, so it can break this, or either we don't know whether it is going to break this also. So I am in buy side, but let's have a look whether it is going to break this low, or even though if it breaks this also. So let's wait, we have to wait for this, but only what I explained, what I informed, only if it breaks this high then only it will going to the upper side. Until that, this is a because we don't know whether this is an impulsive or not, or three-way correction. So if this is also three-way correction, this is also three-way correction, this could be another bigger three-way correction also to break this as a expanded flat correction in the middle like this. So only if it breaks, for example, I have given the last week AJCJ, and UJ already hit the target of mine of 1866, 118.66 is my target, and it is already breached that. And the CJ, AJ, everything, it is past that previous high, and it is going very well. So like that, only if it breaks this high, that will be a very good trade to reach that 1.34 and 1.38. But until that, there is a lot of chances for making lower low. So what we have to do, just keep on watching the wave structure, how it is forming. That's it. Simple. So let's move on to USDJPY. So I have changed the wave count and I already presented that, but I have written this, right? I change the wave count if it reaches 190 from here also. Whenever I here I posted at 118.2, 118 I booked the profit and I exited all my positions. Starts from 103.2, almost 1450 to 1480 pips. I booked the profit. But for the 1 year, what I am explaining is how to trade in that. If we know the trend, if we predicted the trend in the buy side, I always keep on buying this pair, not in sell side. I focused only on the buy side wherever it get, and I have predicted everything. It is could be a triangle, and it has already did the same thing. And later onwards, I just see these are all the target got achieved, the 118.66 to break, and it is reached. But still now we can label it as anything here. See, previous I did as a 1 2, and later onwards previous what I did. So whether this is the end of the fourth wave here, and fifth wave means whether this is the end of the 1/3 wave, and this is the fourth wave, it's a triangle, and fifth wave is already completed, means this is also chances. So that is why the structure is more important. The target got reached, and I have already exited at 118 itself. I am not waiting for that 118.66 to break, because I got an idea whether there is a chances exactly from here to validate my count like this. So why I need to unnecessarily to lose my profit? It's more than sufficient for me for 118 from riding from 103.2. So we have to wait for this, and I won't trade this pair again. I won't trade. I already booked an exit. If I can, I am very eager to trade, means I will take only the small position, not all the positions what I booked the profit here, making this as a stop loss, and we can wait for this for that whether it is a fourth wave or not, because see already it reached the 119.2 and it is already breached that 118.66. The target got achieved. I thought at that time the gold can also come to the downside of 1400, but it is not happened here, and UHF also not reached that nearly 1. So still if it is a bullish, I can make this as a stop. Any buy trade setup I found with the stop loss only I need to do. So that you have to watch the wave pattern and the structure, where is the invalidation point, everything, and you need to keep the stop loss, and then you have to look for the 120 to 122 as a next target. But even though mind this, it could be the end of the trend also. But if you correlate it to that gold, it is still hanging, it is still in the 1900 only, but UJ's already got target got hit. So it's still in upside, means this could be that what I said is a flat correction. It can reach as a double top like the gold. It hit 1976 and it is a high almost 2076, and almost hit that 2070, and almost it's looking like a double top. So it can do like that also in UJ. So if you looking for that UJ, there is a lot of chances to break above 122 and 125 also. Or it can, if it is in an irregular flat pattern also, this could be the A, this could be the B, and it can break above the high, and one more C also it can do. But the structure we need to see what kind of structure it is. It won't go immediately to this zone, but if it did like that also, again we need to watch. But what is our target? It's above this. You got hit. That is why I'm keep on repeating that word. You need to be very alert. Don't trade always to catch all that so greedy and to catch all the wave. So this is clearly seen, but it is not understandable here whether it is to make the, see, we can, once the market did like this, we can change the count of whatever we need. The past we can do, but what is the prediction? Whether it is there is a chances for do this for the bigger fourth wave, and one more fifth wave is also ahead, or else it can be end of the this trade also, or it can do 1 2 3 4 5, and here itself, if this is a 1, this is a 2 3 4, and the fifth wave is also got this kind of 5-way structures here. It can be anything. That is why if you are keep on watching this pair, and if you need to be in buy side, make this as a stop loss, and then only you have to trade. So let's move on to USD that same pattern. If it is a triangle from here, what I explained, A B C D E, and you must to place this as a stop loss, because we don't know whether what kind of triangle it is, and it is not yet broken the high also yet. So whether this is a B C, means WXY, it could be, and one more low is also possible to break this. So that is why if it breaks the high only, then this is going to be shoot for the target of 1. Until that, there is a chances to break this, to break this. So whether this view is valid or not, we can't know, but we are getting prepared here, what I explained, right? And I already did whether this is a triangle part and it can shoot, and it is already did the same here. But if it is a triangle, you must to place this as a stop, because this is the E wave, and this is looking like 1 2 3 4 and 5. So in the three-way structures, complete three-way structures, you need to enter above this, or if it isn't getting like this kind of anchor, you have to enter like above this, making this as a stop loss or this as a stop loss. Once it break this, no, you can make it this as a stop loss for the bigger, but sometimes I won't do like this. Only if it breaks this high and this high, that is a safe entry in the buy side to the target of 1. So what is the UCAD? I already explained. UCAD, one second. Yeah, UCAD we didn't done, right? uh, yeah, we did. UCAD, UJ, UCHEF, yeah, already. And now Australian dollar. So here is the what I expected here. This is the irregular flat formation, whether this could be the wave 1 or A, this could be the wave 2 or B, and I'm expecting for the third wave, right? And that was my, and I already booked the profit and exited here itself. At here it's a wave like this. One second. I exited in this zone. I have already marked here. I exited. Why means, see, I had a little bit doubt, because whether it's sometimes what I shorted here at the exact pinpoint here, and I have already shared my view also. Sometimes it's looking like a three-way structure, sometimes it's looking like a five-way structure, and I have explained it to 1, 3, 5. If this is a five-way structure, if this is a five-way structure, this is a three-way structure, and this is also the three-way structure, so this is also again three-way structure, so this could be the connecting part. So this wavelength A, one second, we can change the color. So this is the B and C. It can be like this also, and if you make this as a stop loss, it will hit you, it will definitely hit you a stop loss, and it will reach here. So if we calculate this here, 1 is a 7.5, and later onwards it can come to the downside. So the intermediate B wave will confuse us. Always B wave and X wave will confuse us. What we thought in the previous, exactly here, and what I said, and I informed, and I already shared the everything I shared here. All right. One second. Yeah, need to this here. So from here, I exactly what it did. It that's a Fibonacci expansion level of same wavelength, and it bounced. So that is mean, if somebody is watched my analysis, so far so good here, but later onwards what it did. That is why we need to always correlate to other pairs, DXY, and there is a lot of chances for making this, what I have explained. So in this case, from here, if anybody watched, everybody will fame me, but from here everybody will blame me. So this is all only the trade setups. I'm giving it for educational purpose only, not for following the financial investments strictly. If you know the Elliott waves, then only you can understand what I'm trying to explain, and my view you can understand. See how it changed now, the pattern. That is why we need the complete five-way structure. It is not a five-way structure. It did the three-way structure and that strong impulsive wave. What I did, I booked the profit here itself, and I placed the order at 7480. Here I placed the one sell order. A, and this is the intermediate wave, is a B, is an irregular flat pattern, and that C, we are on that C wave. That is why we are not getting any pullback here. So let's wait for this pattern to complete, right? And still my view is same. Still my view is same to break this low, but it will took more time. what we expecting, right? So later onwards, if this correction is got completed, what we think here, it won't do immediately. What it will do, it can do the one three-way structure. I will just explaining how my imagination will be. It can do like this also. So this is a bigger correction. Until it breaks this low, there is a chances for making another correction of double correction in the bigger picture, or it could be a triangle. So let's wait for this pattern to complete. We are in the bigger correction for this impulsive wave, either ended here or either ended here. So only if it breaks this low, it is going to be a free fall. Until that, it can do like a lot of correction part. What are the possibilities it will do. So let's move on to New Zealand USD. Same as like as use AUD, it can do like this. Everything is valid. So for this one impulsive wave to the downside, and we are in the connecting wave I am expecting, and one more three-way structure, bigger three-way structure is going to ahead. But still, why I am expecting this is, if it is a end of the correction, why we not going to like this? That you have to watch my weekly analysis continuously, or I had already uploaded my that positional view for 2022, then you can understand. So I did this as a ABC as a W X here, and we need a one more low to the downside to break this low. So the intermediate wave is the correction part. We are in the correction part, or either it could be A, B, C, D, E, and then only one more downside is also possible if it is a triangle. So what is the next is all minor pairs, AUD, JPY. See what I expected here, maybe one more, or if this is the triangle completed means A, B, C, D, E, and this is the one impulsive wave. So there is a still chances for this also, right? And it already did here, A, B, C, D, E, and this is the impulsive wave. So these are all the intermediate waves, and it will keep going along with this to reach the target of 90 and above. But one thing you have to understand, whether this is the end of that here what we are looking for, that triangle, this could be the end of the X in that irregular flat formation, and this could be the A, B, C, D, E, and we are in that C wave also. So as per this, if it breaks the high, it is going to shoot, and it is already doing the same thing, and lot of possibilities it's there. So according to this, the next resistance zone is 90, yeah, 90.4 is my target to reach this. And in same thing in CAD JPY, what I expected from here. So either this is the end of the fourth wave, means this is the A, so this is the B, and we are in that C wave. So up to 96 we can expect the target as like as AJ and UJ and CJ, same, everything it is the same pattern. If it breaks this, it's going to be a bullish. Exactly, it is doing the same thing. You just go through all my previous video about this pair and AJ, CJ, everything I did. And for one of my friend in one of my forum, I helped him in the GPP JPY pair. He asked me, and I submitted before this here. From here I explained on 21st January. It can do like this, but what it did, it break the high also. Even though this is a three-way structure, it did that same thing in GBP JPY. It is in triangle. All the pairs, it's similar pattern. That is why if you correlate to all the pairs AJ, CJ, GJ, and UJ, everything it is in the triangle and it is shooting. It's broken that triangle and it is going to shoot. And still now, whether we don't know whether it is going to shoot to 160 from here, or it is going to be a, but there is a chances for making A, B, C, D, E, and to the target of 160 to 163 is a target. So this is all only from that education you can learn how deep you in your strategy. That's it. There is nothing holy grail, that there is nothing crystal ball with us. Only the education helps you to build your money and your capital. So what's our next watch list is Euro New Zealand, New Zealand CAD, right? Okay, let's move on to our favorite pair, New Zealand, Euro New Zealand. What it did is doing in the correction part. What I said, this is a B wave. It can lot of structures and it will took more time than what we expected. So before we are watching this trade, you don't trade, you can watch this. That's it. What kind of wave formation? I can explain several possibilities here, but that will too confuse for you. It can do anything. See, this is a three-way structure. It's not a five-way structure, right? So if you need to take a risk, so this is the one impulsive way to the downside. Whether it is going to break this and to call the stop loss, maybe or may not. Or it can break this low, or from here itself it can do like this. So then this will become the correction part, in whether it could be a running flat or expanded flat. So this impulsive way, this is the one correction and impulsive way. So we need to get ready to short here. We don't know whether this is the correction part is got completed and it is going to break this low for the 5-2. We don't know. But if you missed here, expecting the lot of corrections in that B wave, you are expecting still this could be that another three-way structure and one more three-way structure like a regular flat correction. You are expecting this. If you didn't trade, didn't take the trade here, it will reach your target. And then you will miss. You will blame that Elliott wave. You need to enter the trade, right? Whether it is going to make a three-way structure or not, how that AUD USD changed now. You need to take and at least book some partially in the three-way structure. If it is in that 50% or 38 or 61.82 retracement or the previous support zones, you can book the profit according to the wave structure here and wait for this. If it did like this, what you book the profit here, you can again add here. Otherwise, if it is coming to the downside, otherwise looking for that pullback, then only you have to enter. Otherwise, you just satisfied what you having. That's it. This is simple. So expecting this, if you take the trade, it will do like complex correction here. It can be more than this. 7 months. You know very well this trade. It can do like this also here. So every three-way structure, you need to enter in the cell, making this as a stop loss, as an invalidation point. So if it is going to be very nearly like this again, you can again enter and making this as a stop loss. So lot of patterns. So you have to keep in mind what kind of possibilities it's here. One is a regular flat and another is a irregular flat and the another is a triangle in the B way. So triangle means it can be like this. And what is meant by that irregular flat pattern? Here after this, the three-way structure, it can do another three-way structure. One second. Yeah, another three-way structure. It will do break this low. What it will do again, it can do like this. So this is the irregular flat pattern. What we thought, after if it breaks this low, lot of people again and again added the position in the short. It's already broken, so it is going to reach the target. It will do like this. It is same thing that happening in New Zealand CAD. here. I will show all the examples, right? See what it happened. I thought, see, the B wave won't be simple. I explained that. I placed the previous B, and what we thought, 1 second, yeah. So the C wave is already here, but what it doing here? B must always be a contrarian to your view. So still we are in the B wave. It is not yet completed. So for this impulsive wave, we earn the correction part, and then one more impulsive wave to the downside. And how you too good in the correction to label or your view, then that is the most important thing in the Elliott waves. You are too good in that correction part, then only you can catch this kind of impulsive. And again, I'm explaining that I'm very proud of myself to catch the UJ of nearly 1500 pips. These are the examples. If you are following me from the past 2 years, I saw several example in UJ. I love that UJ and Euro New Zealand because that's the most correction happened here, and the same thing in copper. In previous I did from 2017, and then I quit that copper because that is the most correction part. It is taking place there. That kind of structures. So New Zealand CAD finished. Sorry, I think Euro New Zealand we finished, and this is an example. So what I did here, it's I already booked the profit here. The previous support zone, the resistance zone, now it is maybe a support. So after this, here itself I booked the profit. I didn't wait for this. Here itself I booked the profit. What I only partial. Again I am explaining. I won't book all the profits because once the trade, I got the trade plan in the positional until the target reached 90%. I will book only the partial. So what I expected here, that's 5-way structure. So here it is not looking like that 5-way structure, and I have explained this is a 1A, this is the B, and this is not looking like a previous. I did like this. So whether if it is a ABC, still there is a correction. That is why I have exited my off position here and waiting for the structure. And what it did, it bounced and again it came down. So now this has become a 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the clear 5-way structure to the downside, and we are in the correction part. So wait for this correction to complete, make this as a stop loss, and looking for this as per what I expected, 1 2 3 4 5. So here for this pattern. So if it hit the stop loss, then there is a chances again to reach 8 9 again. So like this only we have to trade. Find that 5-way structure, whether it is in bearish or bullish, make that as a stop loss. Go for that in the trend. If the 5-way structure happened, means that is a clear indication, means that is in the bearish. So making this as a stop loss, go for the target. Either the same length can happen here, and later on it can convert it into any pattern. That you don't worry. Then we will see later onwards. But here it's the money. But expecting the C, you can expect only the 7. Our analysis will hit the target only 60 to 70%. Because expecting this, the market will do like this also sometimes. So then this is the 5-way structure, this is the 3-way structure, and one more 5-way structure. Later on this will become the connecting part. So this is the A, this is the B and C, and one more impulsivity to the downside, upper side. That is why if it did the 5-way structure, make this as a stop loss, go for that. But every time we can't expect whether it is going to hit your stop loss. So if it hit your stop loss also, don't worry, there is still room to the upper side. So wait for the correction to complete and take the trade there. We can't expect all the time our analysis is right. 100% is not always. Be a contrarian to your analysis and find out all the possibilities to your contra view. That's it. Simple. So we finished. I think we can move for that. US30. US30 in one and out, right? What it is doing? What we expected, right? The mark, question mark, whether this is the fourth. But let's wait for this. It is still looking like impulsive wave. But whether it is in the impulsive wave or it is in the correction part, we can't find out. But have to watch. See 1, 2. So we are on the third wave, and it can again go like this, and fourth wave and fifth wave. After then only we have to wait for this, whether this is a 1, 2 or A, B or C. So if it is a 1, 2, so end of the third wave, again one more fourth wave and the fifth wave. So then that will be a conclusion for that. Okay, anyway 5-way structure is dead. So wait for the 3-way structures to back for the pullback for this impulsive wave, and you have to look for the another bigger wave. So for this week analysis, I'm expecting more upside only. So, and if you look this, so it's already broken. See, I'm expecting upside. So if the uncertainty, right? Because in the same pattern in the Nifty also, I target for the 17,200 to 17,600. It is almost 17,496 is reached, almost the target. So if this is the end of the correction part, see, one possibility I explained, and my bias is it's going to reach up to the 36,000. But if be a contrarian to my analysis, if this is the connecting part, it can do like one more way downside. So if it did like this, then this will be the portion become the connecting part, and one more downside is also possible. And if you look in the daily chart, it can reach, see, I already measured that 30,000 is also possible. But from here it can do, or what I expected, right? From here, if it can do like a 36,000, and then again it can be a 3-way structure. So lot of pattern is ahead here. So still looking like bullish. So wait for this. And here it is already broken. Whether this is a fake breakout or it can be a bullish scenario, that we have to watch. But either we don't know, this is the end of the correction part also. One 3-way structure. So either it can do like this, then this could be the connecting part on impulsive way, or what else, lot of, see, if I explain here, you will be confused and you will blame Elliott waves. But you have to understand this part. If this is the ABC is a connecting, and one more high is also possible to reach the 36,000, and one more low is also possible for the 30,000. And if this is the end of the correction, see, it can break the high also, and making this also as an irregular flat pattern or running triangle or running flat. Lot of possibilities. Understand the concepts behind the Elliott waves. So until it breaks this low, there is a lot of chances for bullish and consolidation. But if it didn't break this low only, there's a lot of consolidation. If it breaks this low, then it will reach automatically to the 30,000. But after the, see how we explained here, it can do like this also. It can break this low and one more high and one more low. So then this will become that connecting part. This ABC, so ABC and ABC. It can be a bullish or bearish. So how we have to trade? No trade in this zone until it reached this zone, right? There is no trade here. It's a safe. You have to watch. Sometimes you need to be a speculator. not always be a player. Sometimes we need, if we not understand that, just wait for the pattern to clear the path. So let's move on to Bitcoin. Where is that? Yeah. So what it is doing, and I have explained, there is no trade here. You just go through my video, the previous, there is no trade here, because see, it is doing the impulsive wave, and here is the part correction, and here it is looking like an impulsive wave, and again this is looking like an impulsive wave, and this is a three-way structure. So if it breaks this, and again it will come to this part, and again it will move to this. So these are all the correction part. If we did like this, market will do like this also, and this part will become a connecting part. That is why I explained you there is no trade between this until it breaks this high or until it breaks this low. So if it breaks this high also, we need to watch what kind of pattern it is doing. It can do like this also. No need to enter blindly if it breaks the high, because there is a chances for making like irregular flat pattern, and then it can go. So no trade here. If I explain, it can always do the opposite side. So if you know the Elliott wave, say 1 2 3 4 5 3, and another the 5-way structure, so this is still in the correction part to break this low. If we expecting this, market will do, it can break the high, and again one more 5-way structure, and again one more high, and again one more 5-way structures to the downside. So lot of patterns we can't explain here in this portion, and a lot of people are doing this as a triangle, but in my view this is not a triangle, because it's a clearly seen. For me it's looking like a 5-way structure here in this part, and this is also the 5-way structure. This part is looking like a 5-way structure, it's not looking like a triangle. So a lot of people are doing A, B, C, and this is the D, and we are on the E wave, and we are going to break the downside. Means I'm not looking this as a 3-way structure. Maybe A, B, C, and we are in the D wave also. What I have explained, it can break this, then this will be A, B, and C. So then A, B, C, D, and looking for this. After it breaks this low, then only you have to enter, making this as a stop loss. Until that, there is no trade, only watching. So let's watch the next. So copper, we can move, do the copper, and it is still, it is in that. See, I have explained this also in the last week, again at the same continuation. If this is the end of the 4, we need a 5-way structure, but it is already broken the previous high. So this is the end of the 5th way, is a question mark, because it is not yet broken this low also. So still there is a lot of chances making like a wedge formation, or the C wave is a wedge formation like this. Chances only, but again one more low, so making this as a bigger 4th wave, and one more high is also possible. Then this is the A, this is the B, C, and this whole thing will be the connecting part, and this will do like this. So this portion is the connecting part of 4th wave, and one more 5th wave. Understand? If you not, you just play back again. So these are all the correction part I am expecting. So next we will move on to US oil, and I have explained this A, B, and C wave. So whether the C wave is completed or not, we have to watch. Why? Because it sometimes it looks like the 4th wave, and the fifth wave got completed, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So 1 2 3, and this is the fourth wave, and fifth wave already got completed. Either this is the one, or the whole thing is the only that third wave, and we are the fourth wave. One more high is also possible as a fifth wave. That is why I have explained the last week. If we measured exactly the channel that supports well here, equidistant channel, so 1 2 3, and we are in the fourth wave also on one more high to break the previous high also. Otherwise it can do another correction part here and then one downside. So far it is doing only the 3-3 way structure. It is doing the 3-3 way structure only. It's a 3-way structure. So wait for this, the pattern. Lot of participants is still waiting. We need to watch. So whether the trend is got completed or not, no idea about this, because if we kept the Fibonacci expansions level from here, the wave 1, wave 2, 1618 is exactly ending here, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 is outlet got ended, 1 2 3 4 5. So that could be chances. And if we took 1 2 3 and it is exactly 2618, that is also that valid for the third way to reach the 2618 in the extended part, and one more 3-way structure. So that is also it's done. And here it's the part, it is almost the exactly 50%. That is also valid for the fourth wave. Sometimes it can be like that for because of the fundamental crisis. So wait for this. Everything it is need to be wait, because it's your money. You have to wait for that to build. So the conclusion here is it can be anything. So wait for the pattern to form. So let's move on to the silver and finally the gold. So what I expected here, sorry, yeah, from here I expected for this as an irregular flat pattern. Irregular flat pattern expecting after this, but what it did, it came down and again it broke the low, and for me it looks like an irregular flat pattern, but didn't know yet whether this is a continuation for the downside or it can do anything. So anyway, I'm looking only for the downside, not for to break this high, not to break this high. If it did like that, still we are on the correction path, because see it is not yet broken this low. So one impulsive way to the downside is already dead here. 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. So either it could be this kind of connective part, and one more high is also possible, and again one more low, or either it could be like this triangle and one more low, A B C D and E, and one more low. So once the 3-way structure is got completed, we must to be in sell side, making this as a stop loss only. 30.09 is a stop loss for this, for the target of $16. So until that, have to watch for the clear picture. Because A, so this is the B means, and I have said that it's look, if it is a double zigzag, we didn't know about this, but this is an impulsive way means this is the A, this is the B means one more impulsive way to break to form a pattern like irregular flat, and then one more high is also possible. But this is a clear 3-way structure, and this is now is a question mark. So A B C D, if it is a triangle, from here it can come to the downside, but it is not did like that, and it is already broken the high. So still we are in that one more high is also possible, so that we have to watch the wave formation here. So what kind of wave formation we can expect, I have explained here. So now the final one is gold. It's okay. Yeah. So for here, I expected this one, and I have already shared my view. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm expecting this. Otherwise, from here it can bounce to make, because once see, sometimes it looks like the third and fourth way is already got completed here itself, right? If it is the third here end, either the fourth way is already got completed here in the irregular flat pattern, and one more low. 1 second, I will give you in the 15 minutes here, and fifth wave is already did here to the downside. So either the fourth wave is already completed here itself, or this is the end of that A, and we are in that three-way structures like this, or it is still we are in that fourth wave, but it is not yet overlap this wave 1. So could be the correction part to the downside. So the fourth wave is in the irregular flat formation as an expanded flat, and the fifth wave is to the downside. It's a question mark, but in my view, maybe I'm expecting to that 2000 zone again. Otherwise, if it is a 5-way structure, right, we can measure this 38.250. And what is the next resistance? 61.8. I love that 61.8, and that is the previous resistance zone also. So expecting the consolidation. Why I'm expecting this correlating to the UJ, right? I have explained this, whether this is the end of the third way also, and we are in the fourth way, means if it is a consolidation, gold can also do the consolidation to the upper side here. And UCHF also, I have explained that if it is in another correction part, if it did like this, there is a lot of chances for making one more low, or it is doing from here, it can bounce back. So everything if we correlated, and what I expect in the DXY, maybe a consolidation one more down to the 97, and Euro USD, AUD USD, and New Zealand dollar, everything if it is in consolidation looking for the bullish. DXY if it is a bearish, gold can reach up to the 2000 also. So that is my view here. That is why I have explained this as well as much I can do. I already did. We don't know whether this is the end of the fourth wave, and it is already broken this, and it is retesting this. So this could be a end of that fifth wave, one impulsive wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or if whether this is the A, this is the B, and this could be the C, means it's a little bit confused for us. That is why I have explained here whether this is a fifth wave is already ended in the A wave, or it is still we having one more wave. And I expected this as a 1880, but it in the FOMC meeting it reached that 1894. 1880 I expected. If it did like this, that's a beautiful view, but it is not dead. So wait for this, whether this a 5-way structure is got completed here and we are the 3-way structure for that 2000, or it is in the fourth wave, and we'll do one more fifth wave for that 1880, and then later on bigger 3-way structure is also possible. So I finished everything. Hope you enjoyed and have a lovely weekend to all, and thanks for watching, thanks for sharing. So we will see you in the next week. I think next week also maybe the end of the correction, and we may start the impulsive wave also. So have a nice weekend, and see you the next week at the same time. Bye.